Hey guys, it's Malls. Thanks so much for listening to Please Advise. Just a quick message before the show. Don't forget to subscribe in iTunes. It's super helpful for us and super helpful for you. You can also call 323-450-7408 to get your calls on the show. Again, 323-450-7408. Or email askpleaseadvise@gmail.com with your voice notes or emails. Thanks so much.
Move on.
Hey babies, it's Malls. It's episode 159 of Please Advise. Welcome to the show. Christina and I decided to do an AMA with you today because truthfully, I didn't want to book a second guest. I simply just didn't feel like it. I felt like, you guys love Christina.
Thanks.
I feel like we need to get to know a little bit more about her. She's like scouring the AMA. She's probably like literally like reporting people's accounts right now for like things that like, it's like, Christina, like, what's your favorite ball gag or like whatever, which by the way, Anyway, so
Still continuing the vibe from last episode.
guys, I'm going to try and reel it in. I really am. But Blaire Bercy is still here. Hi, girl.
Hi.
You're probably going to have to leave at some point. I understand. But I hope to have you here the whole time. I love you.
I love you too. I love both you guys. You guys are amazing. I feel like I brought the inappropriateness with me.
And since both Christina and I, like, that like I'm like a real sweetie, like very nice, like everyone really like loves me, like for not just my personality, but like the way I make them feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's something about me.
Mm-hmm.
And with Christina, that like 70% of her paycheck is going to adamandeve.com, which by the way, Adam and Eve, we talked briefly about a sponsorship and I think I'd like to get back into it. I'll do a live dildo demonstration. You guys, I've lost my mind.
I feel like it's partially my fault. Also, I didn't help with that big old dick video of Safari.
I know.
I'm sorry about
Safari's dick. I don't
closed
know.
my eyes.
I was weirded out by it.
It's
Were you intimidated?
No. That dick didn't scare me.
Were you embarrassed by it? Molly ain't scared of no dick.
I ain't scared of no dick.
Were you embarrassed by it?
No, I just was like, I don't know. This felt like a waste of my time. Felt like I could have used that time somewhere else in my day. But anyway,
Not helping.
we're gonna do some AMA stuff. Christina,
AMA, not AMR.
ASMR.
no,
ASMR.
but like with Christina, you like no. So anyway, I want you to call out if there's inconsistencies in our answers. I want you to feel free to ask a follow-up question.
Oh, so
Okay.
I'm the voice of the audience.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You're the Greek chorus. You're the Bethany Frankel when we still liked her.
Oof.
She did a lot of nice work for the victims.
According not. That just came out.
Oh, it did.
We're going to see that this season, that she was horrible to the cast and crew and did it all for publicity. And based on that photo at Bobby's funeral, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe that's true.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
I really not a fan. Okay, Christina, you want to read the questions?
Yeah.
Are you quaking over there? Are your thighs quivering?
Okay.
Within me?
So
Fuck, I'm totally fucking this up.
it's fine.
No, I know.
All right.
I'm so
So-
sorry you have to know me. I like really apologize.
So the first question comes from Rosie Rose. Rose sees Rose. I don't know. From Instagram. She
Get
says,
it together. Get it.
all right, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh.
Not you, her.
Malls. I hope you are doing well, and I haven't tuned into the podcast for a while, but I
Wow.
just wanted to reach out and say I miss you. And I love your show. My question to you is, what have you been writing lately? I read your book and I love your style.
I mean, bottom line, none of your business. No, I know. Here's the truth. Thank you for the question. By the way, no one should read that ebook. It was written during a very dark time, and that was also fictional. Like, it was a fictional world that I was living in because I was living in a game of The Sims with a new god that I did not know, and it was a torturous hellscape. So I would just ask that you not read that because that's not a reflection on who I am today. The put together woman. I'm wearing a jaunty English hat. I've changed a lot. I've developed a lot. I've gained about 7 pounds. And I don't drink water. But thank you. So what basically I'm trying to say is that I don't talk about writing things, like what I'm writing, until they come to fruition, or like I maybe have one or two friends that I'll bounce ideas off of or whatever. And those people can change from time to time. But like, no, man, like I don't want like people knowing my shit. Like I'm real discreet, like a gay man in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like keep it fucking discreet. Like that's my roommate, you know, like my script is my roommate, but it's actually my lover, you know? So I keep it private.
It's also like you're protecting your intellectual property.
Yeah, I mean, for legal reasons, which is always so douchey when people are like, you know, you read my script. I'm like, no, like legally, that's also an excuse. Like, sure, there's plenty of people whose script I read like right now, but like in general, like if someone random reaches out to you, you have to write back and say like, I can't open this. So just to protect yourself, you know, before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
Because like then that person can be like, I created Friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Queen Latifah. Blaire. Sorry, no, that wasn't. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently Cameron Crowe sued Warner Brothers when Friends came out because he thought it was too close to Singles. And they basically were like, nah, like you didn't invent like hanging out.
Did you see Queen Latifah's interview with Andy Cohen? I think that was the first place I saw
No.
it. She said that...
I don't like Andy Cohen anymore.
I don't
Oh,
blame-
sorry. Like, don't delete that, but like don't focus on it.
Okay, moving on.
Sorry.
She said that in the mid-90s that the president of NBC was like, get me a show. I think originally tried to maybe buy Living Single.
Okay.
Or he was like trying to... I think... they passed on Living Single. Then he came back and they said, what's the show you regret passing on? Then he actively said, like probably like some New Fronts, Up Fronts, whatever else for the 90s, Living Single. And Queen Latifah kind of laughed like, well, you guys passed on it. Now we're doing great at Fox. And then once they wrapped that same year, Friends came out. And she was like, he's always had a thing for like passing on the show. He has a hard on for it, but he did the, you know, vanilla version of Living Single.
And it was wildly successful.
Yeah.
Because
he stole it.
Yep.
It's the same.
I was in 6th grade, so like I thought it was killing it.
If you like Friends or you don't like Friends, watch Living Single because it's a really good version.
It's a good show.
And the characters, they have depth.
It's no 90210.
It's better.
Oh, wow. Harsh.
There you go.
Harsh. Christina, where do you fall on that?
Oh
Too
yeah,
long for you?
that's actually the reason why I hate. I actually was. I keep saying actually. Sorry. I remembered I saw Tu Wong Fu in theaters
Me too.
when I was a child.
It was the shit. I
Yeah.
also didn't really understand what was going on.
Yeah, no, I
was
didn't
too
get it,
young.
but I was just like
I was
so
like, they're dressing
enraptured.
like ladies. That's crazy.
I was just so enraptured that like of like the gender bending of it all, and I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool.
I thought it was like bosom buddies.
Somebody came out to me last. I'm
You know
sorry.
that show, Bosom Buddies? You too young?
no,
for
I've
that?
never. Yeah, I'm
Tom
too
Hanks
young
was
for
on
that.
it, and it was about these two guys that went to an all-girls school, so they had to dress like women. And it was always like, "Oh, I'm going to get caught with my wig off." Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm telling you guys this other than the fact that somebody came out to me as trans last night and was worried. But either way, it didn't matter. And I just refer to her as her always. And I thought either she was a really
Blaire,
gorgeous
right here.
woman or, you know, a really gorgeous trans woman. But I didn't ever care. I just knew that she was gorgeous and like she was like cool as hell. And last night we were talking and there was this guy that liked her and she asked me for a ride home. So we were driving home and then she was like, blah, 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 because you know my tea. And I was like, I didn't like think to address it. And then she honestly,
My tea?
like tea,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like-
No.
and then, sorry, it's a speech impediment.
No, I know.
Talk like
No.
Drew Barrymore now. And then she was like, I could see her thinking, and she was like, oh, because you know I'm trans, which she had never said and we never addressed. But then for a moment, she was like, I need to say this. And it wasn't like a coming out. It was more like, she looked a little worried. And I was like,
Oh.
girl.
I know.
I was like, yes. I was like, I see you. You're beautiful. And yeah, like, I mean, I
want
didn't know.
everyone to come out to me.
But I was like, I did. Well,
I do.
based on
Well,
the-
even the straights need to come out.
yeah. I was like, but it didn't make a difference. And I think there was a part of her that was a little nervous, and I get the Black community is super judgmental, but I was like, that only makes you better. Like, what are you like? there's nothing to address. But I just need to know that I heard her and I understood. But like at the same time, like don't be like nervous. But I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. I just thought it was like crazy that I had a friend come out to me.
I'm glad you
after
told us this.
a while. Like I was just like, oh no, girl, you better knock.
It's always
off.
kind of like
You
a
had
realization.
no idea either.
No, I didn't know either way. Either way, she was still a beautiful woman. I didn't know if she was trans. Either way, no, just that
I
was
love
my
that.
female friend. Did not know, but she just decided. We were talking about guys, and she just decided to come out in that way because I could see she just was like, I need to tell her. I need to put it in words. But I was like, I don't care. But then we started a whole conversation about her and this guy and how she was like, just because you see it, if you like it and you're into my vibe, like, don't let it fool you. Like, you like me and I know you like me. And so they really like each other. And so we were talking about that too.
I'm so glad that happened. I know. Because it does. Well, whenever someone tells you something like that, like, of course, it's a fear that they have.
Right.
So that's not necessarily about you because that's like could just be a greater fear.
No, it looked like it was like one of those things that she was like, I need to say.
It's also like this idea of like, first of all, it's relentless. You have to do it
It's
all
ridiculous.
the time,
Yeah.
multiple times. Like, and there's never a moment you can enter just be fully you without peeling off a layer of that.
Right.
But there's also the possibility of like, oh, I've known this person for a long time, and I'm about to like blow up their conception of me. And like, how does that go? Do they think that I've been lying to them intentionally or by omission?
And we were in like, yeah, I can see that. We were in my car. It could have been a very like different situation, which I like.
Totally. The car is scary.
Right. And so, but that was so crazy. That to me, like, it was definitely about her. And
you know, you want to strike the right note. You don't want it to be weird. You don't, and there's so many things
and
that
I could
go in
through
your head.
We went from talking about like our favorite like rap songs with this dude and probably Riding Faces or whatever the hell we were talking about before. But then to her being like one of those things like, I need to tell you. And I wanted her to understand that I heard what she was saying, but at the same time, literally does not matter. Like,
well, she probably wanted to take it to the next level, which is like live her truth with you. You know, like bringing your friend. No, I'm dead ass.
Okay,
like bringing your
like
friendship
being
to the next
honest.
level.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, like this
I trust you enough to say something, but I also know that I could go either way. But yeah,
this is my journey.
Yeah, it was crazy because I feel like I don't ever have had a friend do that. We've just kind of known or just kept it moving and know. But I wanted her to know that I totally heard her and understood, but also doesn't change a damn thing.
Right. It's more for her, in a way, you know, sometimes.
But I love her so much, and I was just like, fix your fucking face, you little beautiful baby.
Me?
No, her. You're also a beautiful baby that just fix her face.
I was like,
but also,
what?
I was like, don't you ever get nervous. Tell me anything like that again. You know, like,
like
anything. I don't care. Like, I was like, you look like you were going to tell me some for real. Like that, you know, that's wonderful. Like, and you know, like.
You're wonderful.
She's the best. I love her so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Want to take our next question?
Yeah. This is from Martha Gets It.
Oh, Martha.
Oh, yeah.
She just had a baby.
Congratulations.
Love you, girl.
Congratulations on your baby. Oh, yeah. She wrote a Christmas card that I have to bring to you. I keep forgetting. I'm
So
sorry,
sweet.
Martha. She ships it to me and then I forget to bring it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, girl.
Martha asks, Did you two hit it off right away when you met? What books do you recommend? Tips to lose weight. So let's do one at a time, I guess.
I mean, I was drawn to Christina like a moth to a flame. Like, that sounds like a joke, but like I was having a birthday party and she had met our friend Slippy the night before. And he said, like, come to this party with me because you were new to town. Or you weren't new to town, but you were new to the area.
I'd only been there.
Christina doesn't like me to get.
She doesn't like to. She's not a picture head. But yes, I'm so sorry. So,
I'd only been in town for like 3 months.
Yeah,
when we met.
So, like, for some reason, I met Christina, and I knew her name was Christina Lopez, and I always love to call people by their first and last name. Mm-hmm. And all night long, I was like, Christina Lopez, are you having fun? And I probably like came up to her. I mean, sure, she was like having fun more than most of my. If anyone, all of my friends.
I was surprised.
And I don't know. I was just like drawn to you and I wanted you to have fun. And so we kind of like hit it off right away with like, you know, I mean, our friendship grew over time, but like we started to work at the Coffee Bean in Koreatown all the time together.
Yeah. So like we winded a little bit. Like I remember retweeting something not retweeting, sorry. It was reblogging something from you on Tumblr. And it was like a joke about youths. And it was I did a meme of like my cousin Vinny because he says youths. And you thought it was really funny, and I think that is what got me on your radar.
I think you're funny. But I had no idea. I didn't put that together.
Yeah.
I've never known that till now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I had no idea. I'm not like thoughtful.
yeah.
No, like
I'm just finding this out now.
No, but like shit, fuck off. But it's true. I am like I didn't know about I love my cousin Vinny.
I got to the bar promptly at 9:30 because that's what the invite said.
Yeah, I don't think I got there till 10. I walked in like a fucking my super sweet 16. I came in on a Hummer. My daddy bought me a Hummer.
Was this
my dad's dead? I'm just kidding. I've never gotten anything from him.
Was this the one on Vine?
Grief.
Yes.
Okay.
It was at what was it called?
Three Club.
Three clubs.
Three clubs.
That's the one they wouldn't let my friend in.
Oh, because he was fucked up.
No, because he had on jeans or something.
That's really stupid. Not La Descarga.
No, I didn't go to that one.
No, but I'm saying, because no jeans would be like La Descarga.
No, it was something they maybe had on shorts.
Oh.
I don't know. He's super fashionable, but they wouldn't.
But yeah, I remember like there were a lot of people there, a lot of UCB people there. Blaire was there. I think I met you that night.
Yeah.
Jackie Johnson was there.
Jackie Johnson was there. Was Stacey Jones there?
Stacey Jones actually came at the beginning of the night, but I think it was a coincidence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she like came up to me and was like, "It's me, Stacey Jones." She's like, when you asked to be friends, I wasn't in a place in my life to make friends. She's like, and I just really wanted to let you know, like, and I was like, yeah, this is why, like, I know you're my secret best friend. Like, I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah. Was Ryan Bailey there too?
Probably.
Oh my God, really?
And then I think
the whole
Ed was there.
Damn,
It was
Ed was definitely there.
Ed was
yeah,
there.
Ed was there.
Diet Cock.
Yes.
Yeah, always there.
Hyde was there.
Yeah, probably.
There was a Carvel cake for sure.
Yeah, Hyde was for sure there. She helped me get ready. There was a Fudgy the Whale. Yeah. I love Carvel.
Me too.
I
have one every year.
Yeah, I would go down on a Carvel right now.
Do you guys want me to leave the
room?
room?
Oh, wait. What were we going to order on Postmates?
Zanku.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do you guys want me to
know
leave
what
the
Zanku
room?
Is?
No.
While you guys...
Oh, yeah, like mop up the floor.
While you guys love each other.
But I do remember that you were coming over to me a lot, and we were getting into like really deep conversations about like feminism and stuff like that. And you were just really nice and welcoming, and it was just, I don't know, it was really cool. It was the first time I was like, oh, I have a solid connection in LA. And then
I just liked you.
Yeah. And then we would like, I remember you sent me Fiona Apple songs.
Oh, that.
I was poor, so all I had was my music to share.
This is wonderful.
Wow, that was the dumbest thing I've ever said.
No, it was great because like you sent me like the dopest songs that I probably was some Fiona Apple deep cuts that babe. Like to this day I still use to contextualize things in my life.
Bitch, I love that story.
This is a good question for you guys.
I love Christina. She's like my favorite person, and she's always there for me. And I think I'm like a bad person, and I don't deserve friends. And so she's always my friend. And like, so's Blaire, you know? No hate.
I'm an aside. You heard
Legalize it, baby.
That's on tape. I'm an aside, and Christina is everything.
Do you remember when Molly had bed bugs? And
I hate myself.
Yeah. That was the second time we ever hung out. That was the second time we ever hung out.
We were literally at Zanku Chicken, by the way.
That's where we were.
Okay.
We were at Zanku Chicken. And
she lifted up her shirt, and I was like, that looks like a bedbug bite. And she was like, I'd rather have AIDS than bedbugs, and I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Still true.
And then we both backtracked.
About me.
We both had to backtrack because we saw she was like, if you tell me this, I'll cut my skin off it with this like plastic knife.
You were like, it was something like so visceral to you, like to hear that you had bedbug. Like you have,
because it's disgusting.
I was like, then maybe chicken pox.
Yeah, you were like, they're chicken pox, and I was just kind of like, Blaire, what are you doing?
Christina's from the big city, guys. She don't play that. Yeah, that was she lifted up her stomach, her shirt, showed her stomach. and was like, look at this body.
And as we were waiting for our like chicken shawarma or something like that.
100%.
I was so poor. Like I was so poor.
We were all
I
so
probably
poor
got
at
my
that point.
electricity turned off that same day. Like life's been really good to me is what I'm saying.
I mean,
What was,
we've
like-
all come a long way from there.
What was like the longest? What was like the lowest balance you had, and you had to like stretch the money out?
I
Stretch, overdraft.
order your Zanku. Yeah, I know. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You
like
want
negative.
Zanku?
Like
Yeah.
triple overdraft.
Wow.
Like,
How deep in the overdraft?
oh,
did you get?
hundreds of dollars. Like
How many hundreds?
probably
Christina just
three.
voted no on Prop 8 in my eyes.
Probably
because
like
she just turned down Zanku.
300 and something. Like a good
Or, yeah.
350.
Whatever
I
the
hit
bad
400
one
once.
is. Okay, wait. Here,
I
order your Zanku.
I definitely hit like a negative
You
400
guys
once.
Suck.
Oh,
You're
you
not
hit a
even-
-4. I could. I mean,
Oh, honey.
It was bad.
yeah.
I've had I've had like you don't even want to know how negative I've been.
Yeah.
Over 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, bitch, please.
you win. Yeah, 350 was it, but I also think
Played
they then
yourself.
start just like bouncing stuff and continuing. Like if I'd never paid
That's
that,
what I'm like. When do they get to the? That's
I
the
don't
like
think there
terrifying razor's
There
edge of
isn't.
like there isn't.
no,
They don't bounce checks anymore.
no. I think they continue. No, I think they'll bounce checks, but then they'll overdraft you for not fixing the overdraft. So it'll be like 350, and then no more charges will come through, and then it'll be like plus $50 from Bank of America for not paying it in this amount of time, plus
Oh, yeah.
$50, and it'll keep
That
going
would fuck
forever.
my shit in college.
That
so
it would
bad.
keep going
But they
forever.
wouldn't pay the check, or they wouldn't pay the
No.
like debit
At some
card
point
transaction.
it stops, but then their charges keep going. I
Bunch
only
of
know
fun
that.
boys.
I only know that because my mom had an account that she totally forgot about, and then remember recently banks were like, "We're now charging a monthly fee."
Yeah.
She probably had, let's say, like she had a few $100. Let's say she had like $500 in his account.
Idiots.
It kept charging a monthly fee till it was gone,
That happened to me once too.
and then started bouncing it. So it'd be
Yeah.
like monthly fee $8 and 25.
They really fuck you, man.
So for like 2 years, she didn't know this account was even, probably 3 years, she didn't know this account was
So then
around.
what happened?
So then her account was overdrawn. They're like, we're going to report you to check systems if you don't pay it. And I was like, guys, she literally did not even remember. Like she moved everything to Wells Fargo and forgot that there was like a savings attached to this account.
And then what happened?
I have no clue. My
How
mom
did it
could be
get
in
fa-
check systems.
we can't
for all
get
I
into
know.
her financials.
No.
No,
I'm
I
just
know-
wondering
I
how the
don't know.
situation, like how that situation.
I don't know. I
resolves.
argued with them, but then at some point it's not me, it's my mom. I have no fucking clue. Honestly, my mom could be in check systems. Who knows? We'll find out on the next episode. Next time I come in, I'll tell you guys.
The next question is, what books do you recommend?
Didn't I just do that? Bachelor Nation, Mamrie's book.
No, that was what you were mentioned.
Let me see what else I have on my audibles. I really liked that Kathy Griffin Celebrity Encounters book. I really did. I know she's controversial.
No, she's not. I feel like people have given her a really hard time for being a comedian. I don't
No,
know.
I don't agree with the hate.
I don't think she's done anything horrible. I think she tried to make like a really lame joke at the expense of the president, and it was like it just went over. Like, I mean, I get it, cutting off his head. It's funny. I'm a Game of Thrones fan.
I don't think it was that like I think
It wasn't that big of it. Just wasn't a good joke. It just was a
it's
graphic
also like
joke.
that's like in a different political climate, like that would be seen as yes, it might be like Sinead O'Connor like burning a picture of the Pope or something, but it would still be like
But that's we're talking about religion versus an elected official, and also who gives a fucking fuck? Like think about how many dick fucking Clinton jokes that there were. Like,
I love that she was like Barron saw. And it's like, oh yeah, because Barron like loves Kathy Griffin,
right?
Like,
He's devastated.
Barron Trump
Also,
loves him some Life on the D list.
Did Barron see Philandro Castile? Like, does Barron watch the news then? Like, how does he see like police shooting? I don't know. I feel like
Barron. What do you think Barron watches?
the new Blue's Clues. He has it already.
Oh no, I think he watches like Suits. I think you love
Let me
Suits
stay
on
out of
USA.
this, by the way, Christina. This
Oh,
is mine.
okay. Sorry,
What do you
Christina. That's our
recommend?
next question.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you are a creative, I would definitely recommend The Artist's Way
oh,
and
my
The
book.
War of Art.
Yeah,
Um,
the War of Art.
Those are really two things for that kind of help you work through creative blocks or self-doubt.
My mom.
And they've really like helped me.
War
Okay.
of Art is
No,
like one of my favorite
My
books of all
mom.
time.
My mom gave me The Artist's Way, and I was like quoting it. Like,
Oh, do you do your morning pages?
I used to do all that stuff. I used to be like
I got
leap
it,
in the
but
net. I
couldn't
would like.
read- it was too much reading instructions.
I love it. I see. I need that. I have
Yeah.
this.
I'm working my way through it now, and I really enjoy it.
Should I do it?
I think I don't know if you even feel like you need help and inspiration, but
love
I
it.
feel like you're in a good place.
I think God wants it for me.
It's very much like this, like
prompts
and things that.
Oblique strategies.
Yeah, and things that, but in a very creative way, and also it makes me feel positive. It's the same reason why, like, there are ministers that are controversial that I love watching on TV just because of what the message means to me, not necessarily the person, but just because I heard something. It's the same reason why people buy like those like postcards at like cake shops, because they're like, oh, this is a cute little message to like put on my wall. So I'm out of this.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I was gonna toss it to you next, but like one of my favorite books of all time is like Water for Chocolate.
Okay.
And
So
it is a little bit sexual, but it's a really great magic realism book. And one of my favorite things that I love about it is that I grew up in the kitchen. Like that was my favorite place to be in the household when my grandma was cooking, when my mom was cooking, and so much of that experience informs the characters in that book. And every chapter starts with a recipe. And I think it's just a really well-written, beautiful novel. It's one of my favorites.
I love My Antonia by Willa Cather as well. It's like a book that I read that was very meaningful to me that not a lot of schools assigned. So I'm trying to log into my Audible, though, so I can give you a more comprehensive list.
That's what I'm doing, too. I'm, like, logging into my Audible.
Do you guys want to hear my favorite lists on?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
I can't listen while I type, but you tell them and I'll listen later.
I just read Tiffany Haddish's book, The Last Black Unicorn. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was very interesting that she did not know how to read until like 9th grade.
Really?
She faked it. She's so smart. I just thought it was really fun story. It's not a biography. It's more like the fun stories. And in that same vein, what is Aisha Tyler's? Self-Inflicted Wounds.
Yeah.
By Aisha Tyler is one of my absolute favorites.
She's great.
I have a first edition. I think somebody must have sent it to me just because they're like, you're going to love this girl, because I always have loved her. Opened it, closed it maybe 7 times, just couldn't get into it. And then one day I couldn't stop reading it. Like, I feel like I canceled plans to finish it. Loved that book so much. Identified with it so much. I'm also super clumsy. So I have all these random like war wounds and scars, and she always has a way of like tying that event to something more meaningful. It's just wonderful. I always tell people to read it. If you're a human being, you should read it.
I also really like Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Just like really, if you want to read some women of color feminist work, that's a great place to start.
Hunger, Roxane Gray is also a good one.
Oh yeah, Roxane Gay.
Okay.
I really want to have her on the show. We follow each other on Twitter. We just need to work out the balls.
Hunger was like, that was one of those things. Like, now I will defend that till I die, just because I feel like people didn't understand it. I love her, and I loved it so much. Also, we'll never meet. I can't remember the name of that. Somebody sent that one to me too. Oh, any of Chelsea Handler's books, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
If you're ever traveling or need to feel like you have a friend, Chelsea Handler, any of them will be great.
Oh, there's a really great Nora Ephron book that I love.
So mine are like in a totally different world. I am who I am.
It's called I Feel Bad About My Neck by Nora Ephron. That was like an easy breezy like book to read for like airport reading, and it's just like Nora Ephron's so brilliant. I'm sad that she didn't get to proliferate even more work than she did when she was alive.
She really weaves a story, much like movies, like a blanket, but a support blanket, and there's a richness to her writing that it doesn't necessarily need to be concrete and real, but the emotions are. That's what I love about that. And another one that I'll defend, because
The Color Purple is one of my favorite books too.
I can't. There's some books that I read that I was too young, and I feel like I was like, this is a thing, and that Color Purple messed me up.
I feel like
brilliant.
I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings is assigned a little bit too young to
for
people,
color
like,
girls
really,
too.
Yeah,
that one's
for
too
people
young.
to really sink in on like what's going on in that book. But like Maya Angelou's entire body of work is amazing.
I've also read all of the 50 Shades of Grey, including the new ones. So I'm clearly so well read.
Okay, so I'm going to go through kind of a lot, but they're very different. So Guts by Kristen Johnston, who was the mom on Third Rock from the Sun.
You made me read that.
It's a great book.
And you didn't tell me about the medical thing. And
so it's a really it's a really harrowing like tale about her coke and Vicodin addiction. It was really bad. She was taking up like she was her brain was she was wine and Vicodin.
Yeah.
So it's just a fascinating tale. She does a really great job reading the audiobook too, if you like Audible. But it's just a fascinating book, and she did a great job with it. I think she's doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, that book was so. I'm always impressed whenever you recommend something that it's very real.
Thanks, girl. Columbine by David Cullen, which is about Columbine. It's a very extensive book on it. I would say it's like the Helter Skelter of Columbine, where it's like very detail oriented, super well researched. That's been out for a while. Girl Walks Into a Bar, the Rachel Dratch book about how she had her child and her journey. It was really great, and it's also Rachel Dratch is like a genius.
Oh yeah, that's in my list too. I really like that book. It's really,
this
really
down.
good. You get some inside like early 30 Rock stuff, SNL stuff too, but it's just the story of how her child came into the world is kind of.
I didn't even know she had a kid, so this is great.
All of Dan Savage's books are pretty great. I didn't love the one that was sort of a collection at the end, like American something. But the rest of them are great. Brain on Fire, which is about a woman who had basically a rare illness that was really difficult to diagnose, and she came off very traditionally, quote unquote, crazy. And it was turns out to be a rare brain condition. I listened to all of Marianne Williamson's books, which is she's more of a self-help person. Oh, she's exactly a self-help person. How to Murder Your Life by Kat Marnell was excellent. She also does a really good job reading her thing. Can I Say Travis Barker's book was pretty good. The Bling Ring is great by Nancy Jo Sales. She was the one who interviewed Alexis Nyers on Pretty Wild. And
that one is that's also one.
I Hate You, Don't Leave Me, which is about borderline personality if you're dealing with anyone in your life that you think has that. I like it. And then The Narcissist Next Door by Jeffrey Kluger. I like to read a lot about, problematic people.
All right. Next.
I think. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is it The Glass House? I read it so long ago.
With Lily Sobieski.
Nope, that's not the name of it. It's by an editor. It's always my one that I go to when I'm like, you think you have imposter syndrome.
Right.
She was.
Oh, David Carr's Night of the Gun is one of like the best books.
That's also. In New York. Hold on, give me 1 second. I feel like they made a movie about it too.
Like, you're a movie. Burn. Did you feel that burn?
Ooh.
Ow. Ooh, ow. Ow.
Really? So both of you guys.
Yeah, I got burned by my own joke. I'm like a picture of a sun wearing sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Like the Raisin Bran.
It's so stupid.
You're stupid.
No, I mean, it's stupid that the sun is wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, like your Raisin Bran. Did you ever think of that? 2 scoops.
Breaking Night. But I feel like
2 scoops of raisins in every box.
Nope, that's not it.
What California raisin would you fuck?
Oh my
the
God.
one with the deepest voice. Glass Castle. That's the name of it.
Oh,
Jesus
okay.
fucking Christ. That Glass
There's
Castle.
I don't think there's a California raisin named Glass Castle.
Okay, well, I just fucked the shit out of him.
Okay.
Glass Castle's amazing. If you ever
Blaire talking to the mic.
I'm sorry, if you ever think you have imposter syndrome, that will
Get a life.
change
Blaire.
it.
No.
Also, like, you know what? Let me tell you something, Molly.
Yeah, I wish you would.
Being in a room with you and Christina and the
I'm
sexual
kind.
tension
I'm kind.
and your shyness and her
Ew.
doula ability.
Ew, I can't.
So,
I love Christina. That's like makes me like want to die. I love
well,
Christina
that's what you
so
get.
much.
That's what you get.
You fuck Christina.
That I already did.
Yeah, see,
There you go.
penetration.
I didn't mean. Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
sorry, I didn't tell you.
love
But
you.
I
There you
didn't
go.
I didn't tell
It
you.
happened when you went downstairs and you had to have me pull a card. I did not understand what you meant, and I did
Just
something
really
else.
skillful.
There you go.
Why don't you guys pull another card?
Why don't you?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys something that none of you were thoughtful enough to ask. which is that I was a Girl Scout for an inappropriate amount of time. And
how long is that?
When
so I was
20?
like 15.
Oh.
No, like literally I run a troop of girls. I'm grooming them for my sex ring that I'm starting.
My
Guys,
God.
I'm just kidding. Okay, time's up. So
Wait, do you have a time's up pin?
no.
Oh.
no, I actually have gun violence awareness pins for both of you.
This
Oh,
pen's
I will I'm buying a time's up.
this pin I'm wearing says "Don't assume anything."
Ooh. Good for you, Christina. Keep your options open.
I have a pen that says heteronormativity is toxic.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I have a pen with an arrow. It just said dicks go here.
Stop trying to okay. That's what I'm saying. I
Stop
really
being
was.
so heteronormative, Blaire.
Yeah, okay, and stop fucking gendering me for the last time. Okay, sorry guys. I'm eating on mic. But anyway,
I'm gonna kill both.
Okay, this one is from Andrew.
wait, no, I'm not done telling my
Oh,
story
sorry.
about Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, okay.
So one, like I would do anything. Like I literally would probably like Slender Man another classmate if it meant that I got to meet my cookie goal, which would mean that I got like a t-shirt, which by the way, like, is there anything I want less in life from another person than a t-shirt? Like when you go to something, they're like, here's like an AIDS walk t-shirt. It's like, great. I can't wait to have to schlep this shit home and then like give it to Goodwill or like,
Put it in the t-shirt drawer with all the other t-shirts.
yeah, and it's like all those things. I just did a huge overhaul. I just removed those t-shirts from my life. I don't know why I was such a cookie whore, but then I really like to achieve. So I would try and sell a lot. But anyway, so I discovered this year Christine. I'm totally blanking on her. Blackburn. Oh, listen, she did the Mother May I Sleep With podcast. She did the Rachel's. She was Story Smash at the Improv. Listen, point being, I bought a shit ton of cookies from her daughter. And then she had one box of tagalongs and she saved it for me. Also, the s'mores cookies they have are so the sandwich cookies, I'll fuck a bitch up. So, and by the way, there's nothing more caloric than Girl Scout cookies.
Also, the Girl Scout cookies the Girl Scouts by my store know about you. And so they have tag
I was
along
like, me?
today. Yes, you specifically. Today is the last day.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be, actually, I probably need to leave so I can meet up with them.
Oh,
They're
I'm
holding
sorry. Okay.
tag-alongs for you.
Well, wait. Okay, we're going to finish my story.
Oh, you have too many tag-alongs.
No, so there was this girl that was a genius, and her parents set up a website for her. Where so I bought 6 boxes of tagalongs, so I like can be sad and binge eat, and like do whatever I want. Aren't they so good?
Yeah, but some girl in your troop had her parents set up a website?
No, the girl that I bought these from. So I bought.
That's a genius.
So she's like definitely meeting her cookie goal. Like, whereas I was just schlepping it around Lexington, Massachusetts, being like, it'd be nice for Easter. Okay, do you want to take our... Oh, Zanku. Okay, so my Zanku just came, and I accidentally ordered a whole chicken. So I'm going to pick some breast meat off to make a soup. But then would you like to take it home to Brian?
Oh.
Would you like the thigh meat?
Yes, he loves thigh meat.
Thigh meat.
That's what I call wax,
That's
guys.
what we because he has big buns.
He does. He has some thick thighs. So yeah, thigh meat is definitely.
He looks like Marilyn Monroe to me when he lies down.
I mean, I took that picture. You were like, "Do you want this picture of wax?"
Because you're a sexy baby. Okay, sorry, Christina. Sorry.
I'm trying to ask the next question. All right, so this one comes from Andrew. Andrew, who we talked to in the last episode about his podcast that I'm not going to say again because we've advertised about it already.
Maybe I'm already going to listen to his.
Don't say the name. In fact, and go to his page and give a negative. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe I'm going to listen to both of his podcasts and support his local library.
It's Pay No Mind Pod.
Fuck off real hard.
So Andrew asks, why are scrunchies making a comeback? Is there anything we can do to stop this?
I don't know. I don't think it's really any of your fucking business, Andrew. Like, not to carry over any hostility. I'm just kidding. First of all. But no, for real, like there are occasions in which a scrunchie is useful. Like it's good for after you get a blowout, which I'm sure you don't know about, but they're costly and like there's plenty of occasions that a scrunchie is appropriate. I don't necessarily agree that they should be out at the club. It's also, I would look at it like the hair equivalent of like a Fabletics outfit or something, where it's just like, okay, I'm just wearing this around town. It's my athleisure wear. It's my scrunchie. Like, I wouldn't like take it to the bank, man.
Yeah. I'm going to deliver a harsh truth to Andrew right now. I'm going to say, why are scrunchies coming back, Andrew? Because you've lived long enough now to know that fashion isn't anything new. It just recycles things from 30 years ago. So you're old.
Wow.
Haven't you ever seen The Devil Wears Prada?
Like,
That's your assignment.
I'm waiting for like frosted tips to come back, some low-rise jeans from the early 2000s.
Dude, fucking Jinko jeans are back.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and they're just shuttering their doors now. So, by the way, Jinko jeans have been getting made up until now. They're not even doing like a Fuller House reboot. Like, they literally fucking are like, oh, like
They've been pumping out jeans.
they're like, oh, we can't afford to make Jinko jeans anymore. And it's like, well, yeah, like, but also now they're coming back. People are trying to get their hands on.
Do you not know what Jinko jeans are?
No, I
she
know
does.
those big wide leg
I'm a
LFO
fucking-
11 jeans.
Watch your mouth. I am a fucking juggalo through and through, and I won't have any juggalo hate in this house.
Since when is that
Juggalos
specific?
love Jinko jeans.
Okay.
So I wouldn't like not hate it on like anything to do with your culture. I ask that you fucking stop.
How dissing?
You're dissing on my culture,
And
and
what-
I don't appreciate that.
Literally, Christina said, "Do you know?"
You're dissing on my culture. Okay.
That's why your shit got shuttered today. Also, Claire's closed down. I just wanted to let everybody know.
And Toys R Us.
Yeah, so
I love the clip. I saw it yesterday. It was like teen jewelry store. Claire is struggling to stay open. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like,
also, do you know what the first thing I thought was? Imagine the clearance. Imagine the clearance sales on things that are
hell
already
yeah.
like
What are you
$2.
going to get from like...
everybody get my
Are you
clip
kidding me?
pierced.
I'm I almost agreed with her because I have clip-on earrings that I get from there because I don't have pierced ears. So I
Oh.
get really excited
I'll
when
give you
Claire's.
something to clip on.
So I get excited because they have like the fun hoops and they have things like that.
Guys, I don't know what's wrong with me.
But I didn't mean those kind of earrings. I just
My meds are the best they've been in years.
clearly, I'm telling you, your creativity through the roof.
I'm just like, tonight I'm just going to have to journal it the fuck out. Sorry, guys. Anyway, business closed. America, it's changing economy all the time.
Scrunchies are back because nostalgia is a thing.
And also, like, stop fucking calling this house because
Oh, no, we love you.
no, you
Andrew.
can. But like, if you ever mention your pot, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But I am kidding. But I'm not. Like, don't ever mention your podcast again. I'm gonna
mention
find your
sandwich.
podcast in its sleep.
But I want tasty sandwiches from you too.
Yeah. Is he a sandwich artist? Oh.
Remember he was going to make me a turkey club?
Oh yeah. I want a BLT.
Okay.
I like my bacon well done.
This next question is from Lynn. And Lynn asks, malls. I think you've discussed before, but what is your favorite online retailer for adult practical basic clothes for everyday work at health food store wear? Thank you. Love you both.
I dress like Harriet the Spy meets like a sad homeless person meets like depression face. And
McPression face?
Yeah.
depression face. Just I have depression face. And I don't brush my hair. So they're just heads up on that, like giving you a full picture in case you've never done and you know, I appreciate you not doing a Google if you haven't. But clothes. Okay, so I am a big fan of like the same staple brands. Like I love Helmut Lang. I love Vivienne Westwood. I love DVF at times. And then I like some stuff from like Anthropology and stuff like that. I do have a rule in general, which that I try to follow as much as possible, which I've said here on before, which is no fast fashion. So if at all possible, there are some trendy pieces that you're gonna want, and I always say like don't invest in like a trend piece. Find what you like in the shape that works for your body, and buy that over and over again. But like lean toward find some favorite brands that make good investment pieces. So for me, like, I consistently love Alexander Wang. Like, and not everything I own is super expensive. I find a lot of stuff used or a lot of vintage I find online, like on Etsy, which is really just go on Etsy and type anything you want, like Selena or like Spuds MacKenzie or like whatever, like any Pee Wee Herman, anything you're interested in, and you'll start to find really cool stuff that, to me, that's like. But here's the other thing: I'm not professional, so like I don't have to dress for an office in LA. Like in general is so, especially if you're a writer, like you can come into work in your pajamas. So you worked in an office space, which is also very like liberal.
Yes.
Christina is a much more traditional professional person.
Yeah, Christina has like business suit appeal.
I mean,
It's 'cause
ASOS
in New
is
York,
great.
Like it's very formal, so like I
worked
still
in New
carry
York,
that
too, dressed like
aesthetics.
a hoe. I have hoe aesthetics.
But you know, like you know.
no, it's true. Oh, ASOS is
Hoes are your
amazing.
friends,
ASOS
hoes are
is
your
really
enemy.
great.
By the way, thick thighs. I learned about ModCloth 2 years ago. Ain't never looked back.
Yeah.
It's and also
ModCloth, sponsors the show on occasion. Maybe you can go and enter code malls and still get a discount. I
yeah.
don't know.
Also, if you have big feet or wide feet, I have really long, narrow feet. ModCloth has. I was looking for
What size do you wear?
11.
Okay.
Here, Christina, take a look at my shoes.
I like to
I'm a
look up-
10. I'm a 10.
Honestly, it's so stupid, but Zappos, they deliver really quickly. And their return policy is great. And they do carry a lot of high-end stuff as well. And you can be very specific about certain necessities you have with a shoe or whatever. If like you're going to a wedding and you have to have a pointy black shoe, like that's the only thing that'll look good. Zappos is great for that.
So you can find specific things because I'm horrible at that stuff.
And that's why I also like recommend familiarizing yourself with like brands or clothing that you like in terms of just a mall staple store. Not so much the last couple seasons, but I'll be honest with you, I hate everything in the stores right now. I'm not happy with what's out there. I went to Nordstrom looking for like a simple dress, and the best thing we came up with was $300, and I still felt like I was settling, and I just was like, I'm gonna walk. Like, but I know I like Valentino shoes. That's my shoe splurge. Like that's what I go to when I go for a nice shoe. I know that I like helmet length dresses. I will wear one out consistently for 5 years. Same with Vivienne Westwood. And once you invest in that stuff, I do a lot of sales stuff, tradesy, things like that. Once you invest in those pieces, you'll know who to look for. And you'll also find like adjacent brands.
I like this.
That's my story. And I'm sticking to it, bitch.
I'm having you on my podcast.
I'm not professional.
Are you ready to be on my podcast?
I'm really excited.
I forgot what I was doing.
Okay.
This is the last question. What is your self-care routine? Face masks, brands, please. Just in general, stuff that you do. And what other pods do you actively listen to and why? Love you too, and wags. XXX. Kel Michelle. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, K.
I'm
Michelle.
butchering.
So,
I'm butchering. Kelly Michelle. Yeah, I guess I got it right. Sorry.
Kelly Michelle, go back to the last episode actually, because my friend Blaire Bercy and I tried on a bunch of different face masks. I try to do 2 or 3 masks a day, and just spread them out throughout the day. I like to for completely different purposes. Like at night, I usually do like hydration or whatever. I think that you can be not as label concerned when it comes to products if you are paying attention to the ingredients and like have an understanding of what country they come from and where they're made and everything. I'm a big believer in witch hazel, like and just like classic toners like that. And I use Tampax. What do you use?
I've never thought you were funnier. Today's the day.
We use
Never
the same brand. So.
I like kill it.
Me 3 guys.
Oh, you're a Pearl?
Stop trying to get in our
I'm
pussy
like
club.
one of those like super plus like big ones.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
they
I-
make
review.
pearls.
Yeah, I know,
the
but
pearls are just like the
That's
applicator.
not what I have. I know, but I was gonna
Which one
bust
of
it
you
out.
likes heating pads more?
I actually
Ooh.
don't have a heating pad,
I
and
actually
have
I need to
blisters.
invest in
I have a
one.
gift for
I
you.
actually have blisters on my thighs from heating pads because
Yeah.
I love them that much.
I sit on my like a gerbil. Sometimes I'm like, do I have beds?
heating pad.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have
Same thing.
what you can't.
You can sit on a heating pad like
That was never on mic.
Sorry.
I would prefer not to. No, I'm just kidding. Blair sat on my face while we were off mic. So
I mean, it only took 11 years.
For me to lose my fucking mind. Listen, I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Self-care. What podcast do you listen to?
Okay.
But no promo.
I mean, honestly, I like to listen to murder podcasts. Like, I like Martinis and Murder, my favorite murder, obviously. Bros Watch PLL 2 is unfortunately over, but if you're watching Pretty Little Liars or loved it and never listened to it, you have a lot of content ahead of you that's very delicious. Reply All, I really like. Said them a bunch of times. Another round that you introduced me to that. The Read, obviously.
They're on hiatus right now, but yeah.
I haven't been following up on the Read necessarily either. I have to like catch up. This American Life kind of blows now. Sorry.
No,
I'm
looking at you two because these whoever asked this question, Michelle, that was a really good question because I want to know these answers too. I want all your self-care, and I want Christina. What do you do for self-care? Don't try to just jump to podcast. She was gonna jump to podcast. I want to know self-care because according to Molly, it's eating. What did you say? Her top off, overlooking the freeway,
puffins.
Eating puffins.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never. First of
them
all,
titties.
I would like to clarify
And
this
them
fake
some
news.
titties.
No, it all started because I said to Christina, "What did you have for breakfast?" She's like, "Cereal." And I'm like, "What kind?" She's like, "Why do you care?" Or she goes, "Why?" Why do you need to know? And I was like, "Wow, okay, fucking like national treasure over here.
Right.
Like fucking read the map to Christina's fucking demented ass brain that can't even tell her from what cereal she ate for breakfast. Like, I love that. Like, I'm not like, can I see your last pap smear results? Like, I literally asked, like, you can say like Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
You can fucking lie to me.
Protein plus
You
K,
can
special K.
If she wanted to lie to me, I bet it was probably something that makes you shit a ton or something.
But even
it was
still, they all
Crispix.
Crispix is delicious.
Okay, see, I love that, and I would have loved to know that about you, but you chose to shut the door on me, and I don't like that as a friend. Like, I'm going to be honest. I hope.
But she was cool with telling you her tits were out.
No, so like then I just started being demented, and I was like, I know what you do. Like,
I believed it. I came to this podcast with those questions.
I've never had a puffin in my life.
I know. Yeah, I just made up puffins.
It's good. Good
She's
one.
being all like, oh, Crispix, like that's my secret cereal. Like I can't tell anyone about my secret cereal.
Can I say what
like,
this
Nick
era?
knows.
This is the era.
That's my new podcast, My Secret Cereal.
So this is the era of Molly's.
Well, no, actually, because I'm gonna rip your voice box out.
Okay, so this is the era of Molly's super excessive creative writing. It's brilliant and it's genius. And if you are not catching these gems that she's dropping, it's amazing. It's
Catch my
also
gems, bitch.
the era of Christina's self-aware,
Sexual
super.
awakening.
Oh no, super strong. Like she's so confident and so smart that she's like going
She's
full
Michelle
force.
Obama
She's
right
the
now.
Michelle Obama of audio media.
Yeah.
And you could get
That is wild.
you could get on her level if you were only blessed by the stars, because she is now bouncing around from everything from like topical stuff from like Black Panther all the way to straight up like audio gear. And in her brain, I don't know how it works. It's like a math equation, beautiful mind, but it does work out. And she's confident about it now. Before she'd be quiet about it. Now she's like
she also
ready
lies
to
about
like
cereal. So
and
like,
she's a serial liar.
I wouldn't say she's fucking perfect, but
that's why I specified like if we were
she's,
talking
like,
about
great, but,
cereal,
like-
she as a person.
Don't get me wrong, I love Christina, but like
As a
between you and me,
producer.
no.
Yeah, so this is the era. So if you
She's the
ever
best
wanted to
person.
ask a podcast question, now Christina's about to like bless your life. Like it's like being baptized into the podcast world. So
This
let
little
No,
bitch
stop.
is about the Zanku right now. We have to answer this last
That's what I
question.
said. Let me go get him.
Oh no! You're gonna get your hand bit off.
These are the podcasts that I'm listening to right now. There's one called The Nod from Gimlet that I really like. There's one called Ira Madison, the Thirds. Keep It.
Oh, love
I've been
him.
really liking that one.
Love that boy.
Call Your Girlfriend is always a favorite of mine.
Watch what crappens too. Duh. Sorry.
Yes. Let's see. Still Processing is always a good podcast. Like a deep dive, like a cultural analysis of like pop culture is amazing. Code Switch, fantastic reporting. Really great way that they talk about race and race issues. Like if you're afraid to figure out how to work something out, like just listen to that show and they will at least get you started on the right track. There are so many.
By
that
the
I'm
way,
like,
once again, note back, I told you she'd come through. Grab your pen and your pencil because it's still
The Hilarious World of Depression and Terrible Things for Asking are also really two great podcasts that my company produce, full disclosure, but I really do enjoy them.
She's not lying.
Represent from Slate is really great. They talk to people who make entertainment content from marginalized communities. How did this get made? It's just a fun podcast.
Christina's just like, I'm smarter than you.
No, that's what I was saying. That's what I was like. If you want to listen to creativity, you're literally like a lullaby. Like I would listen to you narrate, and now Christina's like, I knew she was going to like come with the
hard
podcast.
facts.
Yeah.
She's come with the hard facts.
How did this get made is great because they do like cult movies, B movies. Like they'll review like Howard the Duck, and they'll talk about it in a really funny way.
That's one that has like a long history too. So if you want to binge, you
Yeah.
have like years.
I would also advise. I got into that based off one movie. Brian saw this movie, Solar Babies. I had never heard of it, and I found that podcast that way, and then I went crazy. So go for that one. Go for the movies that you were interested in.
Yes.
That's
There
my
was
tip.
also Nerdette. It's just a fun, like nerdy, fun show hosted by two really, really smart women. And we met one of them at Work It.
Yeah.
Trisha. Shout out to Trisha and Greta,
Hey,
both the hosts.
Trisha.
And yeah, Death, Sex, and Money is always a great show. Heavyweight by Gimlet. That's really great. Really narratives about like how to find like you are sitting with a bad memory, like, and they'll reunite. Like, oh, this woman was teased by a bunch of girls, and they spread a rumor about her, but they never knew what the rumor was. And so he goes and tracks down the girls from the high school and finds out like what the rumor was and why did they bully her.
That's like that weird episode, like the last season of
Heavyweight.
Okay.
That's like that season of Real World where they were kept putting two people together that like had an issue, but it wasn't resolved.
Wait, real quick, I also want to say I have two other podcasts, Mostly Broken Psychos and Mother Macy with podcast, and I also produce several, which is Feathers in My Hair, which is all about Teen Mom. It's excellent. Realizing Things, all about the Kardashians every week. It's awesome. Ryan Bailey and Kara Berry, they're fantastic. The Smush Room, which is hosted by my friend Troy McGeady, which is all about rare celebrity couplings you may have forgotten about. And we are going to, when we reach our next Patreon goal, release one all about Tori Spelling called Spelling Tea.
And my last recommendation is called Nancy. It's a WNYC podcast, and it focuses on LGBT issues, and it's really, really well done.
You
and
have talked about that before.
I really love that show.
It's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons, so you have a couple episodes, but they've done some really great interviews. They've done some really great. There was this one. The one that sticks out to me very early on in their season was like this little girl remembers this shopkeeper who was a lesbian. And even when she was that young, she knew that that woman was like aspirational to her, kind of like Ring of Keys from the musical Fun Home. And so
I want to see that really bad.
She tracks her down and they interview, and she was like, you were an inspiration to me as like what I could be as a grown up woman. And I knew I was different. I just didn't know what it was, but I knew I was like you. And they have a conversation, and it just like the woman who was the shopkeeper was just like so touched that she could be that for her.
I love that.
Is that
Wouldn't
how
it be? Don't you wish you could go back to all your favorite teachers and say like thank you to them?
Yeah, like Miss Jensen. She was the first person to show me what like a kitten was. She bought not bought them. I don't know. Somebody adopted them. I don't know. She adopted kittens and she brought them into class, and I was like, this is amazing. She was so nice, and that's when I realized teachers were like people. Yeah, I still call her Miss Jensen. Don't know her real name.
Yeah,
Christina, is Poppy from the L Word your aspiration? Is that who you tracked down?
I thought you were talking about Poppy from the internet.
No.
Oh, I would always talk about Poppy. Is it Shane?
Like
oh no, it's Shane. Oh, it's Shane.
No.
Okay, wait.
It's Bet.
Ugh. I have a Bet is fine, but no.
From the L Word.
Yeah.
Ed calls me
like
Jenny.
a power lesbian.
That's
really?
horrible.
He's like,
I'll take a kit in this whole situation.
You were
Yeah,
definitely a kid.
I'm a
You're
kid.
definitely a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I hated Poppy.
Okay, wait. I have a question. How we can get it? Question. What podcast would you recommend if I was chilling at home for like self-care day? What would you listen to?
Call Your Girlfriend.
Okay. What would you recommend for long trip drive, like that kind of like extensive?
You need something like a series you can like really dive into.
Mm-hmm.
Like
or I
something-
like Reply All because it keeps my brain like
Going
fresh. Yeah.
That's like these are the questions that I always want to ask follow up. So I'm sorry to jump on.
I really like the nod. They just did an episode about Josephine Baker because she adopted kids from different ethnicities, and they were called like the Rainbow Tribe.
That's
and they
true.
talked about like, did this experiment work?
Yeah, that's true.
It was really good.
I mean, no cookie, but
Does anybody want to hear my podcast?
oh yeah, sorry.
I have trash. That's the only reason why I want to bring it up because I feel like mine are bad.
Natch Butte,
What?
Jackie Johnson. Shout out to a friend of the pod.
Okay, so I still love lore. So that's these are trash podcasts that you can listen to on the go. If you ever heard Mystery Show, if you haven't heard Mystery Show,
Oh, it's great.
go back to Mystery Show.
And in fact, the person who did episode number 1, Andrea Siegel, was also the first guest, I think, on last season's Mother May I Sleep With podcast. She did the Britney Spears movie. Her story on Mystery Shows about Britney Spears.
And it's great. So that I
it's
love
a great
that.
follow-up listen.
Because I never lose anything in my life. So like the idea of like this memory of like something.
Right.
Criminal. Obsessed with
yeah.
Criminal. And then I am deep in Atlanta Monster. So that's it. And everyone keeps telling me the first one. So I just wanted to throw.
Well, I love my bitches.
Oh, and the Black Tapes.
Oh, and the Black Tapes.
And the No Sleep podcast from Reddit. See, these are trash ones, guys. I'm sorry.
They're not trash. Mine are trash. I'm like Holly Madison's podcast.
Oh.
So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Christina, thanks for doing this. Was a fun episode.
Yeah, we did something different.
You guys, we really would love and need your calls. In fact, 323-450-7408. Again, that number is 323-450-7408. Your calls are crucial to make this show. So if you have anything you're pondering on, love y'all, but I don't want to see you in the Emotionally Broken Psychos Facebook group being like, I would call Please Advise, but no, call Please Advise. Even if you post it in the Facebook group, call Please Advise. Tell your friends, like if they're even like debating between dresses, send us pics. Like, we will do the best we can to answer your questions as timely as possible, if they are time sensitive.
One call out I want to do. I found out recently that I'm going to be a maid of honor. So if you have any advice, if you have any advice for me to how to be a bomb ass maid of honor, tips for the speech that I have to give,
the person who made our logo as well, who's also one of your oldest best friends.
Yes,
you guys want
so I'm really excited.
My moment with that.
Just call and leave some voicemails with some advice for me, please.
Also, if you follow Christina on on social, you can see who she's a maid of honor for, and that person's so like talented, and their Instagram is so beautiful that I was
one of
like,
the OG Tumblr like thugs.
It's so good, and then
Tumblr
because your logo is amazing, but like I went deep into like her. And so I was like, this is gonna be the best wedding ever.
She has the cutest dog.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Oh
so
wow! Okay, you didn't need to. Okay, interesting choice.
I had to listen to you guys for hours together.
I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. 323-450-7408. If you have voice notes or letters you want to send, email askpleaseadvise@gmail.com. What do I mean by voice note? Just go into the voice notes app on your phone, record that, then mail it to us at askpleaseadvise@gmail.com. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. And yes, I promise we will be revealing the 500 review secret as soon as possible. You have not missed that. We love you. And I'll suck your dick for $1.
And thank you guys for letting me sit in on this. I wasn't supposed to, but
always,
you can't get rid of me.
Always.
Auntie. All right, Wags is back. He's like, give me my fucking Zanku. All right, bye guys.